this one needs to start at some point. Yeah, I cannot just theorize everything somebody else going to do. We've been recently trying to make a global movement out of this, yeah? Because obviously this is something to share. Every national news have to cover this, but local news, 3 news channels around here covered this one over the past 1 month or so. But tried several in Guatemala and Guatemala City. So far there have been no success. They say they are not interested. Education is not sexy enough. Poverty ending is well, some people simply don't want to. They just they don't want to change education. They don't want the people to be poor. Theoretically, in public, they say everything needs to change, but in reality, they do not. So that's a problem. And outside, it's not simply Guatemala problem. A lot of Latin American country, and whether you believe it or not, well, check out the United States. If you open your eyes, there are a lot of problems there too. So what need to be done is need to be done. So the first one, I'm trying to global movement, because I had so much success and the support in the Santa Lucia of Datlan for the past 1 month or so. So collaborating with the municipal, we are trying to get the petitions for the United Nations, UNESCO, municipal or departments of education in Guatemala and all over the world, obviously. And then the demand for the publicity from the national news coverage, national media, national television channel coverage in Guatemala and the other world as well. I'm making English version and Spanish version. Spanish version, other people do it because my Spanish is quite limited. But for now, this is for the English audience. It has a much bigger audience in the globally, yeah, and much more access. So we did this. So the first project is more or less, it's called the USL for the indigenous people. Well, basically, I've been doing the southern part of Mexico here in Guatemala, and later I tried to do the Belize as well. It's these people are descendants from the ancient Mayans, yes? So you can call it the ancient Mayan project, people of Mayan project USL, yeah? So for this one, this is the first step. So what we're trying to do is collaborating with the UNESCO UN help will be tremendously helpful and expedite the whole process. That's what I'm trying to do. So making petition, making sufficient noises, get their approval, and using their validification with their sports, invite international investors. It doesn't need for the one village too much money either. My guess is like $500,000, quite doable. $1 million will be more than doable for the village. It's a project for the 4 years. Not just 1 year either. So given that, with the resources that distributing to creating the solar panel, green energy, helping the environment again, yeah? So with that, redistribute to the distribution. So a lot of schools, put in all the schools and the poorest region, yeah? And all these poorest people and the schools get the solar panel. So they get the free electricity. Free electricity, they save the money, that money to go to the internet. Right now here, most schools, especially public school, absolutely there is no internet. If it's a public school, there is no internet, no computer either. There's a lot of problem. And not only that, most of the, as far as I know, all the public schools in entire Guatemala, there is no textbook either. If there is no textbook, there is no internet, computer access, the modern form of education is going to suffer, yeah? So what I'm proposing is solving the problem. Each individual project is difficult, but if you have for the textbook, you are going to get electronic version, obviously, right? And you can learn much faster with that. So with that, and you have a free electricity, which is green energy, with internet access. Math is going to be, instead of boosting too much, I need to balance the progresses in the entire world. So this time is the first step, using the results of that previous USL pilot study. So most students will different variation. I'm thinking more or less like 2 months ahead for each year math. So this is 2 months freed up instead of wasting it. And the access for this, each parent may spend like 20-25% less. And with that money saved and the time saved, those money is going to be for the use for the English education. So English education is, in Guatemala, for example, is very valuable for the job prospect and to get job paying more or whatever. So it's going to help the obviously employment and the economy in the community, obviously, and later on more. So that is going to help, and at the same time, we have all this thing coming up, but it's a method, new form of a math and English education, let's say, which is high demand in the entire world. It's not simply that; it's going to have in conjunction with the music. So when they learn the math and the English, they are using the music. Some people may think it's crazy. Well, and it's the first stage, and it's so far in my pilot study, I haven't used the music and the English yet. But hey, again, 2 months is already freed up. They still do equal or better than the rest of the country average anyway. So using that, they make learn the lesson course. That they learn English, they learn the music, and they learn faster, and that's going to unleash their more creative ability much more as well. Now, with all parties together, there are various things, 5, 6 factors I illustrated that's going to be beneficial for this community. And this is the only beginning. Yeah. So once the research is done, the variation of this method, this approach of helping the economy, employment, the education, and everything, right? This is going to be imitated or in variation of duplication, imitation in the rest of the municipal in Guatemala. The entire country is going to change. Although this is going to be early stage right now, I have to start somewhere, this is that. But this is beneficial for the entire Guatemala, later on entire Central America, entire Latin America. And this is not just the only one. If there is a UNESCO and the UN jump in early enough, at the same time, I'm trying to do it in like one country in each continent or something like that. For here, I'm going to do the Santa Lucia of Datlan and the Belize if UNESCO participate. And in the South America, I'm thinking about the people of Inca. So Peru, possibly, partially Brazil. And if in the Central South Asia, I'm going to try India, possibly Philippines or Malaysia. In Africa, Sub-Saharan Africa, I'm going to try the South Africa. At the moment, I can deliver my lectures only in English and Spanish and Korean. Other ones I pick up, but there is a limit. So at the moment, that's what we are focusing on. But with the global support, and if it's go global, obviously I'm going to collaborate with the people from all over the world. Yeah. And once it's done, there is a later stage, is much more. But this is the beginning. But I'm going to end here. So the next.